KMCY sports coverage of the 104th Tournament of Roses Parade. Your co-hosts, Lynn Swan and Julie Moran.
It's an overcast day, but rain is not expected here in Pasadena. Good morning to all of you, and a very happy New Year to you. And Julie, happy New Year to you also.
And Lynn, since I was just in Hawaii for the Aloha Bowl, I'll say Hola Haki Miki Ho, and that means Happy New Year in Hawaiian.
That is a mouthful. Well, this New Year's Day celebration had its beginning way back in 1888, when Professor Charles Holder and Dr. Francis Rowland got together and decided to show the world what a beautiful place Pasadena was. Well, they would be very proud to know that their Battle of the Roses has let the world in on their secret. Over 90 different countries will watch the parade this morning. And in many ways, it has not changed. It is still a parade that highlights civic pride, community involvement, and volunteerism. And of course, Julie, the fact that people have dreams, and many of their dreams are going to come true as we watch these floats come marching down the street.
They certainly are. And Lynn, and since its inception, the Rose Parade has been dedicated to entertainment, and we have some spectacular things in store for you today. We have 57 magnificent floats. We have bands, equestrian units, but we also have some Rose Parade firsts for you today. Now, Lynn, when was the last time that you watched a parade and you saw a 75-foot rabbit strolling by, making a bus of school children disappear?
Oh, just yesterday.
Yeah,
in the
I thought so. We also have a 22-ton Indy car that's made of flowers, and those are just a few of the many things that we have in store for you today. And right now, I want to go down to our colleague, John Neighbor, a man who lives only 1 block from the start of the parade. Happy New Year, John.
Happy New Year, Julie. Normally it takes me 5 minutes to walk here. Today it took about 15. There's a real sense of anticipation. Over 1 million spectators predicted to be watching this particular parade, and it is a festive atmosphere. People saving seats for their friends. Roses and float pins are in evidence everywhere. People pelting passers-by with marshmallows. It's a great time, like New Year's Times Square. This is the place to be on New Year's Eve in Pasadena. I should also note that had it not been for that first parade 104 years ago, the tournament would not have built the Rose Bowl Stadium. There probably wouldn't be any football in Pasadena New Year's Day. The Olympic Games in '84, the Super Bowl this year, or of course World Cup soccer next. That's why we're so proud of our parade.
And as well, everyone should be, John. I'll tell you, we've got something spectacular. The theme for this parade is Entertainment on Parade. And we kick it off with the entertainers of the world, the Disney characters from Toontown.
Hey, sleepyhead, it's time to crawl. Up out of bed, here's your wake-up call. The sun's coming up and it'll be shining bright. In Mickey's Toontown, everyone will be here soon. All of our friends and all the tunes to help us get the new year started right. In Mickey's Toontown, you know we'll get the TV hot and get ready for fun. If you get yourself a spot in front, then you got it made. Flip around the channels and what's on everyone. The one and only Rose Parade. Happy New Year! Waking up in Mickey's Toontown. What better way to start a Toon holiday? 'Cause we're gonna see on Mickey's TV the Rose Parade today. Waking up in Mickey's Toontown. What do you say? Give a hip hip hooray. It's almost time to see the 1993 Rose Parade today. Toontown.
Well, look who's here.
Toontown.
Hiya, Mitch. Hope you're not late.
Toontown. Toontown.
Where's the party? I brought the roof here.
Waking up in Mickey's Toontown. What better way to start a Toon holiday? It's almost time to see the 1993 Rose Parade today.
Come on in. It's time for the parade.
Clear the streets, find your seats. The show is on the road, it's entertainment on parade. See the troops of dazzling performers and floats of floral pageantry, competing for a prize. They come in every shape and size. Entertainment entertainment on parade for you and me. See the bands in colorful formations, the thrill teams passing in review. They bring a thrilling beat, it's filling up the streets. Entertainment on parade for me and you.
There's the Grand Marshal who, with Marshal too.
A Rose Queen and Princess is here today.
And it's like a bomb-bomb,
Lots of funny high bombs.
lighting up the smile along the way.
It's a joyful New Year celebration, traveling down the avenue. Everybody knows you won't see a better show.
Entertainment on parade.
Entertainment on parade.
For me and you.
That's why we're waking up in Dickies Toontown. What better way to start a tune holiday? 'Cause we're gonna see on Dickies TV the road parade today. Waking up in Dickies Toontown. What do you say? Give a hip hip hooray! It's almost time to see the 1993 road parade today. Happy New Year!
What a spectacular opening event to kick off this 104th Tournament of Roses. Only the third time in the history of the parade that we've had a pre-parade opening program.
And the wonderful spirit of Disney lives on in his characters, and we'll be back with more from Pasadena right after this. Don't go away.
Ever since Mom got new Regina electric room, my life's been miserable. Regina's too powerful. It can pick up all kinds of things, and it can follow me anywhere. By making the most powerful electric room ever, they're destroying all that I find beautiful and nurturing in the world. Thanks a lot, Regina. Me and dirt have it hard enough as it is.
Regina, powerful enough to clean up after Pigpen.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Papaya hair treatments with vitamins and proteins for beautiful hair.
Just weeks from now, a messenger will be delivering a package to me like this, with the name of American Family's newest $10 million winner. You may be the one. Next month's $10 million winner in America's only sweepstakes with my picture. You, a millionaire 10 times over, real fast. I'll announce the $10 million winner next month. Return the winning number in time, and the $10 million grand prize will be yours this winter.
I believe in breastfeeding, but sometimes I need to use a bottle. Then I use the Playtex Nurser with breast milk or formula. It's the system most like breastfeeding. The collapsible bottle and natural-shaped nipple mean less air in Jessie's tummy, so there's less gas, less spitting up. And Playtex is pre-sterilized, disposable too. I believe in the Playtex Nurser. It's most like breastfeeding. Try Playtex disposable bottles, the strongest you can buy, now with colorful ounce markings.
When you have trouble falling asleep, take the sleeping aid ingredient that's the doctor's choice, the one in Sleepinol. In a survey, 7 out of 10 doctors chose the sleeping aid in Sleepinol. Sleepinol contains the doctor's choice to fall asleep fast.
Hi, I'm Regis Philbin. You know, I've been suffering with back pain for years. Then I discovered Aspercream. I just rub in Aspercream for hours of relief, right where I hurt. It relieves the pain fast, and it's odor-free. And Aspercream is aspirin-free.
The 1993 Tournament of Roses Parade. Brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. Tough medicine for tough winter colds. By Freeman Cosmetics, manufacturers of fine hair and skincare treatments. From our family to yours. And by Regina, powerful enough to clean up after Pigpen.
Happy New Year and welcome back to the 104th Tournament of Roses Parade. Lynn, it's hard to believe that it is showtime.
People have been waiting for a year, some of them more than a year, for these floats to come down, the realization of a lot of work. And you see coming down there, down the street now, this is the theme kickoff float. All the Disney characters from Toontown. And their Disneyland is going to open up a new park called Toonland in 1993, and thus the celebration. It will be the home of Mickey and Minnie Mouse and all of your favorite cartoon characters from Disney.
And you know, Lynn, what's amazing about these floats is a lot of them are built out in Arcadia and Azusa, and it's 20 miles from here. And they take these floats about 6 o'clock. It takes them 2.5 hours. It takes them 8 hours, excuse me, at 2.5 miles an hour to get here. It is absolutely amazing how they get these floats here on time. But they're all here today, and they're all ready for this 104th Tournament of Roses Parade.
I'll just give folks a few details. The parade route is 5.5 miles long. It'll take them quite a while to get through that distance. There are approximately 1 million people who will line the parade route, and they were camped out last night, saving their best spots, making sure they got a great view. It was absolutely terrific to watch them all camping out. 57 floats will be here, 22 musical units, and 29 equestrian units in the parade.
Certainly appropriate having the Disney characters here with this theme of this year's parade being entertainment on parade.
And right behind the theme float, the Long Beach Mounted Police. Members of the Long Beach Mounted Police are not really police officers, but are businessmen and women from the Long Beach area who are named honorary deputy officers by the Long Beach Police Department. I have to tell you, Julie, my oldest brother, Brian, who's a dentist, ever since we were kids, he had been enamored with Palomino horses, and those are absolutely beautiful.
And they've been participating in the Rose Parade for 39 years. They are a ceremonial group, but they are certainly excited to be here today as we are. And marching with us today, we have the Los Angeles Unified All-District High School Band, and this band represents more than 600,000 students, close to 50 high schools in the Los Angeles area.
Did you ever play a musical instrument, Julie?
You know, I played a little piano and a little guitar, but never one of these trombones.
Hard to march with a piano, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I was first trombone in junior high school and didn't play, and didn't play in high school. Always wanted to march in a band. So I used to direct the USC marching band prior to football games when I was at USC.
Well, jump right out there, Lynn.
I think the fall.
Let's see your stuff.
I think the fall would hurt me. These kids are excited about being in the band, but no more excited than the kids who are in the American Honda Motor Company float. Their theme, Come Ride With Us, and what a ride this is. 4 Ferris wheels, 4 wheels spinning at the same time. Look at the kids. There are a number of kids in this float, about 24 of them, 6 on each wheel, and they'll reach a maximum height of about 51 feet, Julie.
And Len, they have some standby kids, you might call them, who are riding on the float, because I'll tell you, spending 3 hours in that Ferris wheel, you might tend to get a little bit green after a while. So they have some standby kids that are waiting to take turns with the kids that are now on the Ferris wheels.
I'll tell you, as spectacular as this float looks now, you should have seen, and we'll give you a shot of what this float looked like last Monday. Look at that, just all steel, the infrastructure. Then after hours of thousands of work, we have these kids having a moment that they'll remember in all of their lifetime.
It is amazing how they get this float ready in the few days that they have.
The parade is underway. Everyone is enjoying the spectacle of this particular float. We have so many more to come. Happy New Year. Stay with us.
Here's where Alka-Seltzer Plus fights tough colds with tough congestion, tough aches, tough sore throat.
This is why you need a tough medicine. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. The leading cold pill only relieves congestion, but Alka-Seltzer Plus relieves congestion, sore throat, sneezing, body aches. That's tough medicine.
You bet it's tough.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's tough medicine. For a cold with a cough, try Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine.
You've just won $10 million in the American Family Sweepstakes. Congratulations. More good news like this is right around the corner. You can get rich, $10 million rich, faster than you think. Just weeks from now, I'll personally hand over American Family's next $10 million prize. So be sure to enter this sweepstakes, the only one with my picture, and this $10 million prize that can make you super rich very, very fast.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins, and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Sea Mist hair treatments with sea kelp protein for beautiful hair.
My wife breastfeeds our baby, but I want to share in Nikki's feedings too. Then we use the Playtex Nurser. With breast milk or formula, it's the closest you can get to breastfeeding. The collapsible bottle and natural shaped nipple mean less air in Nikki's tummy, so there's less gas, less spitting up. And Playtex is pre-sterilized, disposable too. You can believe in the Playtex Nurser. It's most like breastfeeding. Try Playtex disposable bottles, the strongest you can buy, now with colorful ounce markings.
Life before the Regina housekeeper was so simple, Dirt and I could hide anywhere. Those days are gone now. I've never seen such a powerful vacuum. The Regina housekeeper can go anywhere I can go. That's it. Mom, it's either me or the Regina. I guess Mom doesn't like ultimatums.
Regina, powerful enough to clean up after Pigpen.
Bulldogs battle Buckeyes. Georgia takes on Ohio State in the Florida Citrus Bowl. It's part of the championship lineup next on ABC Sports.
And the Three Musketeers are flying out of the screen. And the young lady who is riding on this float below is a young lady by the name of Jessica Gordon, who is the March of Dimes poster child for 1993, and she is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. First time they've tried to depict a three-dimensional scene, as those Three Musketeers are coming straight out of the screen in the background.
And right behind is the screen in the background, and it took decorators 6 weekends just to get that screen decorated. It's unbelievable the amount of detail that goes into these floats.
We told you about Jessica Gordon on the float, the March of Dimes poster child. Let's go to John's neighbor who is with her dad.
Thanks, Lynn. Standing next to me, David Gordon, and of course, it's been an exciting time for you. What did Jessica do when she heard she was going to be on a rose float?
Well, she summed it up in one word. It was yes.
Certainly exciting. Her wife, your wife, her mom is seated next to her. How did the two of you decide who got to ride the float?
Well, you know, the power of the woman today is there, and she wanted to be on the float, and I wanted to be on national television.
Well, certainly you're doing that. Farmers Insurance, March of Dimes, they're both very important to you.
They sure are. Got a lot of support from farmers and a lot of corporate responsibility there. And, you know, the March of Dimes is the campaign for healthy babies. Jessica was born 1 pound 6 ounces, and when you see her, you see a healthy baby. This is something that people should see and know that can be done.
Well, let's get ready to watch as your daughter comes by in just a couple of moments.
Let's say hi to Pittsburgh and Vandergrift today.
Absolutely. So just behind us there is Jessica in the far float.
Sure is. She's been primed. She's going to just wave that little arm until it falls off if she has to.
Now, your wife, too, is she excited about being on a float?
She most certainly is, and she just seems to be more interested with it. Maybe it's the flower thing, but just real excited and just trying to make a contribution.
Being the national ambassador for the March of Dimes, Jessica must get many opportunities to travel in public and perhaps even speak in public. What is her message?
Her message is that that there's a lot that can be done with babies that are born with some problems. She overcame a lot of adversity, and she is a perfectly healthy child. It's a message of hope.
She was born about the size of a baked potato, I understand.
She was 1 pound 6 ounces, 12¼ inches long, and all 5 of her fingers were as wide as your 1 forefinger.
Well, let's watch as your daughter comes by on the Farmers Insurance Club.
Okay.
John, thank you very much. Coming up next, the Grand Marshal of the Parade, Angela Lansbury.
Of course, everyone knows Angela Lansbury as Jessica Parker on Murder, She Wrote, her hit series, but a lot of kids watching this parade will remember her as the voice of Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast.
And following our Grand Marshal is the City of Los Angeles entry called the Bookworm. About 9 years ago, the Central Library of downtown was burned, and 1993 will be the reopening of that downtown library. And their float has 31 covers, 18 covers with titles.
Taking a look at the U.S. Marine Corps Mounted Color Guard. Their staff sergeant is Marty Dews.
This is the 3rd year in the Tournament of Roses Parade.
And Angela Lansbury is the latest in a long line of actors and performers who've served as Grand Marshals. The first woman was Mary Pickford in 1933. And we'll return with ABC's coverage of the 104th Tournament of Roses Parade after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins, and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Papaya hair treatments with vitamins and proteins for beautiful hair.
Motivated by lust and passion, you were a walking stick of dynamite with the fuse lit.
Drew Barrymore, the Amy Fisher story, Sunday.
Only one minivan's ever been named an Automobile Magazine All-Star 5 years in a row. Dodge Caravan. And Caravan's a '93 Motor Trend Best Buy. So, we're throwing an award celebration sale. Now you can save over $2,100 on this Grand Caravan because we've priced it the same as a regular Caravan. That's 25 extra cubic feet of space at no extra charge. So come celebrate with us. Drive a Caravan at your nearest Dodge dealer today.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official information, news, or instructions. This station serves the Bismarck-Minot area. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.
KDMY 17 Bismarck, KMCY 14 Minot.
We relive our childhood right along with them today, Lynn.
Oh, absolutely. And Rand McNally and Company have won the National Award for the best depiction of life in the USA. As you see, that's Huck Finn, who's standing up there as he strolls down the street in his hat. Very interesting. His hat is made up of iron corn stalk.
Right. And
Yes.
we were out there watching them iron those corn husks yesterday.
Absolutely amazing. They iron them out and make them so smooth. They have to, obviously in this parade, they have to cover every bit of the float with something natural and organic.
That's correct. Nothing visible can be seen but with anything but flowers. So that's a difficult task.
And just look at the detail on this float from China Airlines, the Children's Day Festival. All of these faces were sculpted and then put into styrofoam forms, painted over. And then, of course, each petal and each flower put on by hand. Even the coloring on the face has to be a natural organic substance. It's not painted, but there's spices and other seeds ground up with that natural color.
In fact, they're using ground cornmeal for those faces, which is absolutely phenomenal. We were watching them sculpt them, and it's just amazing how they put this whole vision together. And right now, the young lady that people have been waiting for all moment, our Tournament of Roses queen for the day, Leanna Carissa Yamasaki.
Oh, and is she excited? Look at her. She said she really wanted to wave her hand to all of her friends out there, but they kept telling her, you have to wave a certain way. Just another little note. A 13-year-old young man by the name of Matt Regan did all of the film strip design on that float you see behind the Queen. It's covered with oatmeal.
Lynn, let's look back at October 20th, 1992, the moment this outstanding high school senior realized that she would reign over the parade today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of the 1904th Tournament of Roses, Leanna Carissa Yamasaki.
She told us earlier this week what her schedule would be like this morning and the day of the parade.
2:30 is wake up, pick you up. 2:45, get to Amadeus at 3. Don't leave till about 4:30. You come here, have breakfast at 5. 5:30, makeup is done. You go downstairs around 6:30. They do your interviews, and you come back up here. You change into your gown. You get on the float at 7:30, and then you just wait.
It's going to be a busy day for that young lady right there.
Oh, very full day. And interestingly enough, she also told us that she really hadn't watched the parade very much when she was growing up. But after the involvement and all the things they've done here after she's become the Queen, she says she's hoped to be able to be actively involved for many more years to come.
And I'm sure she will be, Lynn.
And following her up, the Pasadena Area Community College District Honor Band. This 200-member band, directed by James Arwine. And as they play, we'll take a break and come back to Pasadena.
Ricola, the all-natural herb cough drop imported from Switzerland. Ricola has been soothing throats and relieving coughs naturally for over 60 years.
Wow, mud on a new car carpet. How beautiful. Oh no, not the Regina steamer carpet cleaner. It's too powerful. And it's too easy to use. It doesn't respect dirt like I do. Oh no, not my tricycle tracks. Oh no, not my flea circus. No, not my self-portrait.
Regina, powerful enough to clean up after Pigpen.
Going fast. $10 million next month. There's going to be a new $10 million winner at American Family next month. You may have the winning entry right now in the only sweepstakes with my picture.
If I hadn't entered, someone else would have my prize.
If I hadn't entered, someone else would have my prize.
Don't miss out. Don't risk forfeiting millions. I'll be handing over the $10 million prize just weeks from now. Hurry. Enter today.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Sea Mist hair treatments with sea kelp protein for beautiful hair.
It's kind of unbelievable that people in America are eating 40 pounds of sugar a year. Now I have got a little sugar bowl full of Equal packets. It's just there. I use it. I like it.
Equal has NutraSweet and no saccharin.
I choose Equal.
It's the long-awaited rematch. Michigan meets defending Rose Bowl champ Washington in the granddaddy of them all. It's part of the championship lineup today on ABC Sports.
And welcome back to Pasadena. You're taking a look at the Queen's Award for Most Effective Use of Roses. And this float is from Wells Fargo Bank.
Height of this float is 50 feet. It is pulled by 8 Belgian draft horses, and they are pulling the entire weight of this particular float. But just so that you know it's safe, when they go downhill, there is a separate braking system to make sure it doesn't run into the back of those horses. And that's the Kmart float coming up. And their theme is, we love kids and parties too.
That's a perfect float for you. And this hairdo right here looks very much like our researcher Bill Coon's hairdo, don't you think?
Now, fortunately, his is real. That one, of course, is made up of pheno moss.
It's amazing how they take these substances and make all kinds of different hairdos, faces, colors, shapes, objects. It's absolutely amazing.
And the people there on the float are the group called The Party. And they're riding right in front of... Hello. Nice to see you.
Hello.
And, of course...
Marching down the parade route right now, the Salvation Army Tournament of Roses Band, and they are 99 members strong, Lynn.
And as they marched down, unfortunately, in 1992, they had to be in service quite a bit in terms of community and national service with all the hurricane relief and so forth. Salvation Army, tremendous amount of work they do across the country helping people.
That's true, and they're at work in over 90 countries around the world as well as here in the United States.
And there's our shot from the blimp.
And high above us, sporting new colors and a new name, the airship Eagle, piloted by Charles Russell, has been providing these aerial pictures of Pasadena and the 104th Tournament of Roses Parade.
And he'll probably just motor away from the parade later on this afternoon, head right over to the Rose Bowl and shoot right down for a great ball game.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a spectacular float that we're seeing right now. It's the Arco float, and folks, it's a first in the Rose Bowl parade. Sit back and watch. You saw the bus that was inside. Now it's closing.
Will those school children be there when that box opens? We'll have to wait and see.
This is the first time magic has ever been performed, truly performed, on the float. Right now you see someone on top of the float right there.
Now each child inside that bus has a button that they can push if they ever feel afraid or feel like the magic trick isn't going to work. So
Well, what's happening right now is that they're supposed to be performing the trick, and I think there's the gentleman up top is trying to keep things organized and get them to open up and perform the trick.
Now, if this box opens and there's no school bus in there, I'm going to be totally amazed. They said it would work, so we're going to count on it right here today.
Well, you know, technology is a wonderful thing, and this Rose Parade has used a great deal of new technology, and they've always been creative, but every time you add something new, sometimes you run the risk of it not coming off just as planned. But while this float tries to make the big turn here, we're going to throw it down to our colleague.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Wait, we're
John Neighbor.
We're seeing the bus open, and there are no children in there. I wish we could get a shot of that, but
there it is.
There it is. Oh my! Where is the bus? Where are the children, Lynn? I want to know how this thing works.
Well, interestingly enough, they had to all sign contracts so that they would not tell. But right now, let's go to John Neighbor.
Thanks, Lynn. As they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. ARCO has been traditionally a big player in Southern California in a lot of worthwhile causes. The involvement in the parade is just one. This is their coloring book in connection with their Adopt a School program. They've adopted the Rose Parade theme, the rabbit and the disappearing bus. They've got this coloring book available to schools in the area, and it perpetuates their involvement with the parade over a much longer period, much more than just January 1st. Perhaps as the parade float passes behind me, you'll understand why a long-standing tradition is so helpful in the community. ARCO, a major player in the Tournament of Roses parade.
I'm sure they will continue to be. And right now, here's a band that all of those folks up in the Northwest recognize and love, the University of Washington Husky Band.
Well, it's been a spectacular day, and it's going to be a spectacular showdown in the Rose Bowl later today. But today it's a championship lineup on ABC Sports. First, we have the Georgia Bulldogs and Ohio State at the Citrus Bowl. Then in the granddaddy of them all, Michigan meets Washington in the Rose Bowl. And at 8:30 Eastern, the USF&G Sugar Bowl showcases college football's ultimate showdown. It's a winner-take-all for the national crown as Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta leads the #1 Miami Hurricanes against #2 Alabama, all today and tonight, Lynn, on ABC Sports.
I'll tell you, if I had wings, I would, in supersonic speed, I'd be trying to make it to all three of those football games.
3 and 1, that'd be a great day, wouldn't it?
Yes, you see the parade route, the floats, not an easy thing to do for those floats to make that tight turn there. But with the Husky Band on the parade route, we'll be back in just one moment for more excitement here from Pasadena, California.
I believe in breastfeeding, but sometimes I need to use a bottle. Then I use the Playtex Nurser with breast milk or formula. It's the system most like breastfeeding. The collapsible bottle and natural-shaped nipple mean less air in Jessie's tummy, so there's less gas, less spitting up. And Playtex is pre-sterilized, disposable too. I believe in the Playtex Nurser. It's most like breastfeeding. Try Playtex disposable bottles, the strongest you can buy, now with colorful ounce markings.
Lower back pain, neck pain, upper back pain. There are all kinds of back pain. Doan's relieves them all with an ingredient these brands don't have. Relieve back pain with Doan's, the back specialist.
Make me rich fast, you say? $10 million rich? Just weeks from now? That's when I'll hand over American Family's next $10 million prize. So enter the only sweepstakes with my picture today.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Papaya hair treatments with vitamins and proteins for beautiful hair.
What's the first thing you should know about brushing your teeth?
Uppers first, then lowers.
Nope.
Okay, lowers, then uppers. No. Plaques is the first thing you should know. It's the before you brush plaque remover. Rinse with plaques before you brush, to help loosen plaque and break it apart. So loosen plaque with Plaques, the only brand clinically proven to loosen plaque, so you can brush away more. Plaques, the before you brush plaque remover. Before you brush.
For the undisputed national title, the defending champion meets the undefeated challenger. Let's get ready to rumble!
ABC sports coverage of the 1993 Tournament of Roses Parade continues. Once again, Lynn Swan and Julie Moran.
And the international flavor of the 104th Tournament of Rose Parade continues. City of Duarte, City of Hope, Tuxedo Junction. Glenn Miller composed the song Tuxedo Junction while living in the city of Duarte. And I'm sure the royalties were wonderful while he was living down there. But there are a number of kids from the City of Hope Medical Center who are riding on that. 4 kids. It was Josh Wolf, Jesse Binder, Josh Hopkins, Hannah Kilpatrick, all from Southern California. And they are followed up by the Arcadia High School Apache Marching Band.
And following the Arcadia Apache Band is the Arcadia Tournament of Roses Association float, and that depicts a day at the races.
Santa Anita, a great place to watch the races. And the man sitting on that horse is not just someone sitting there just to go along. That's Kent DeSormo, jockey who was injured on December 11th, 1992. And he hopes to make his comeback here in 1993. Appropriate that the saddle cloth that he is riding on is made up to look like Best Pals, a horse he rode in the Santa Anita Handicap to victory.
And you know, Lynn, there are like 600,000 pansies on the front of that float, and that is the tradition at Santa Anita. They plant the pansies in the infield during the season, and then they allow the fans at the very last race to come out and dig up those pansies and take them home.
And one of the men could be Gary Hayward right there, president of Tournament of Roses. He's done a tremendous job this year. He is joined in this ride by his wife Sharon, their son Bill, and their daughter Mary, and their son-in-law Steve Brockmeyer, and their grandson, who was 2.5 months old, Thomas Brockmeyer.
And Gary's wife Sharon rode in this parade in 1956 when she was a Rose Parade princess. So this is her second trip down the boulevard. And as you said, Gary has done a terrific job this year. He's been a terrific president.
He's been working on this parade for about 30 years, he told us. You know, he has done a little bit of everything as he worked himself into that role of president, and here is a spectacular float.
It certainly is. General Motors has brought us a little entertainment on wheels today. This is a 500 race car from Indianapolis, and it weighs, as I said earlier, 22 tons, but it only has a max speed of 11 miles an hour.
General Motors is fortunate. One of their divisions, Chevy, had the winning car in the Indy 500 this past year, with Al Unser Jr. winning with a Chevy engine. And as we told you, all parts of the floats have to be covered with natural organic vegetation. There are 3 exceptions in today's floats. And one of them happens to be this particular float, because the wheels are actually driving this particular float. The front wheels are steering and the back wheels are driving it. There's a center strip on the wheels that are actually touching the ground, and they had special permission not to cover them. You see them on the inside right there.
But the big wheels are made of seaweed, so you and I could just run out there and get a little sushi, a little California roll today as the GM float comes by. This float won the Animation Award for Best Use of Animation, and it is a terrific float.
And by the way, the driver of this float is legitimate. He is truly driving the float down the parade. And you saw earlier that the hood opened up and inline skaters came out from Team Rollerblade. And all of their designs, all of their dances, and all of the work today was choreographed by Jill Schultz.
And next we have the City of Glendale, California. Their float, the theme of this one, of course, is Fantasia.
Appropriate that Mickey rides on their float for Glendale, because based in Glendale, for Disney is a company called Imagineering, responsible for coming up with all the great ideas for their theme parks.
And Imagineering is the largest employer in Glendale.
See all the toadstools. As the float makes a turn here, and I'll tell you, John Hinch is kind of the Mickey guru for Disney, and he made several trips out to make sure that all the details on Mickey Mouse were just exact.
And all the way from Newcastle, Australia, let's welcome the Marching Koalas making their second appearance in the Tournament of Roses parade.
From down under, they came up top.
That's right, Lynn.
It would be very difficult to miss them with their bright orange jackets. But as they play, we'll return with ABC's coverage of the 104th Tournament of Rose Parade after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Sea kelp moisturizing proteins and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Papaya hair treatments with vitamins and proteins for beautiful hair.
Sunday, the differences between candidate Clinton and President-elect Clinton.
Plus the changing face of religion in America this Sunday on Good Morning America Sunday.
Be a 4-H volunteer and know what it means to make a difference in a kid's life. If you've ever watched children's eyes light up because they've learned something new, you know what I mean. You do have the ability and the knowledge to give kids wings and watch them fly on their own. You'll find out what fun you can have and what leadership can give to those who need you the most, the kids in our community. Call your local NDSU Extension Service for more information about being a 4-H volunteer leader.
Acting has been an interesting and challenging career, but nothing is more important in my life than the challenge of raising the 10 beautiful children I've adopted. Right now, there are thousands and thousands of special young people in need of permanent homes and for someone to love them. Raising children isn't always easy, but the benefits are beyond compare. Adoption works for everyone. If you would like more information on how to adopt a special child, please call this number.
TV talk is about to reach new heights.
Excellence in broadcasting.
With a master of American entertainment. If you think he's modest.
A man, a legend, a way of life.
Or ever boring.
I have more fun than human beings should be allowed to have.
Then you don't know Rush Limbaugh.
But you should.
Rush Limbaugh, helping America to lighten up.
KBMY 17 Bismarck, KMCY 14 Minot.
Live from Pasadena, California, the 1993 Tournament of Roses Parade.
And the sun is trying to break through here at Pasadena, California to warm up all of the people who camped out. And close to Pasadena, represented here in this float, the city of Burbank. Milestones in entertainment. This is the Burbank's 61st float in the Tournament of Roses Parade. Its first float was ended in 1913.
And Len, this float is one of the self-built floats. And last year, Burbank was the winner of the Founders Trophy. And there you see, well, the Pac-10 made their showing, and here comes the Big Ten. Michigan enters the Rose Bowl with an 8-0-3 record, and they'll be out for a little revenge today, Lynn, having lost to Washington last year. You're looking at the cheerleaders coming down the street right there.
And what a matchup that should be. Tyrone Wheatley, Elvis Grbac, Derek Alexander, all from Michigan, looking to stop this.
Lynn, I bet you like this fight song coming up. It was a favorite of yours, right?
I think the Michigan fight song may be one of the best fight songs of all time. I thoroughly enjoyed every game we covered this year. I couldn't wait for the band to play that song and the crowd to get into it.
Are you being honest, Lynn?
I'm being very honest. I really do like that song. I wish I had his strength about right now, too. There they come.
You're telling me a USC grad is going to like the Michigan fight song? I find that hard to believe.
Well, if it's good, it's good.
If it's
you just
good,
got to go with it.
And you're looking at the University of Michigan marching band right there.
The band is under the direction of Gary J. Lewis. Drum major is Greg Macklin. And the song is obviously called The Victors.
They have had their share of victory. Let's take a listen.
The Victors, one of college football's greatest fight songs, was composed by Louis Elbow prior to the turn of the century. And the band earned its nickname, or the Transcontinental Marching Band, Julie. You know why?
No.
For appearing in Yankee Stadium and the Rose Bowl in the same season, 1950. And believe me, there are a lot of Michigan bands who are all around town waiting for this event, waiting for that big game.
Absolutely, Lynn.
And right now, here's Rick Coles. He is the mayor of Pasadena, and he is joined in this parade by his parents, Norm and Barbara Cole. Well, it's on a campaign day, but the mayor still waves and is looking for support.
Now, Barney, that lovable purple dinosaur, is available on home video. It's a collection your preschooler will love. Offered only from Time Life Video.
Because that's a rule that stays the same.
Call this toll-free number now so your children can have their first Barney video, Caring Means Sharing, for $9.99. Then every other month or so, your child will receive other fun Barney videos, like Playing It Safe and Be a Friend. And if you order with your credit card, you'll receive a free Barney in concert audio tape featuring your child's favorite Barney songs.
I love you, you love me. We're
I love you, Barney.
Family with
Here's how to order. To receive the Barney and Friends Caring Means Sharing video for $9.99, call this toll-free number. Use your credit card and receive a free Barney audio cassette. Call now.
$10 million next month from American Family. Don't just dream about it. When you see my picture in your mail, be sure to enter. Marjorie Godzik did. Guess whose dream came true?
I'm set for life.
Your dreams can come true, too. Next month, you a multimillionaire this fast. $10 million guaranteed to be awarded just weeks from now. $10 million that can be all yours. Don't just dream about it. Enter today.
In Switzerland, Ricola has been soothing sore throats and relieving coughs naturally for over 60 years. Ricola is a blend of 10 organically grown alpine herbs and natural flavors, providing pleasant-tasting natural relief. Ricola, the natural choice for soothing sore throats and relieving coughs naturally.
Ah, it's a sweet morning here at the 104th Tournament of Roses Parade. How this treasure chest, not filled with gold doubloons and money, but all the sweet, savory delights of the Bakery, Confectionery, and Tobacco Workers Union. I don't know how that tobacco gets in there. But
well, the pride of the Dutchman Marching Band from Orange City, Iowa, are coming up the boulevard now.
And of course, these Dutchmen are wearing wooden shoes.
To 17. Now, one of the great treats whenever you attend a Wolverine football game is listening to this great marching band of theirs. Let's go down to the field.
One of the biggest successes in weight loss history just happened in the little town of Pound, Wisconsin.
I lost 15 pounds, and people say, wow, I lost 20 pounds, and I feel great.
In just 12 weeks, they lost over 2,500 pounds on the Ultra Slim Fast plan. A delicious shake for breakfast, another for lunch, and a sensible dinner.
I got more get up and go.
But I didn't even feel like I was on a diet.
Slim Fast is the only diet that ever worked for me.
Now, for a limited time, buy one and get one free. Ultra Slim Fast. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
So where's the fire?
father. Papa, look what came. My acceptance letter to college.
College is a wonderful thing, Minot.
You can have a fine life here. What do you need from college?
Remember how we talked about my going away to college? I know what you're going to say. But at college, they have professors from all over the world. And it'll all help me with my wanting to be a writer.
Hey, kid, what are you going to write about?
For over 150 years, America's universities have given kids from everywhere the chance to pursue their dreams through an education. And what their dreams have given back to us is immeasurable.
So what do you think?
Well, Arthur, I think if that writing thing doesn't work out, you'll make one heck of a salesman.
We are back at the Rose Bowl at halftime and an opportunity to talk to a couple of gentlemen who have contested as coaches games here, Dick Vermeil and Bo Schembechler. Dick, take me back to that wonderful moment near the end of UCLA's upset of Ohio State.
Well, Brent, the game was almost over, like 55 seconds to go, and I'm standing there, and some players say, hey, Coach Hayes is walking across the field. Now, knowing Coach Hayes, I wasn't sure what frame of mind he was going to be in when he got there, but he came over to congratulate us, and he said, good job, your coaching staff, you, and he surrendered because that was a national championship team. At least he thought it was going to be.
Now, Bo, you were down in the Orange Bowl, meanwhile, and it played an impact in your coaching life.
Well, that night we were playing Oklahoma. We were the first Big Ten team to play in a game other than the Rose Bowl game. And they flashed up on the scoreboard that Dick had beaten Ohio State, and that gave Oklahoma a chance to win the national championship. They ended up beating us 14-6.
And he's never forgiven Vermeil.
Yeah, I haven't liked him ever since.
Folks, let's get to some highlights of the first half. Dick, let's take a look now at the initial touchdown of the game. Not easy going.
Well, you know, they tried the I formation play with the fullback leading, and this time they just gave it to the fullback instead, and he got in there. It was only a 6-inch play.
You know, Bo, Michigan has really used the tight end well this season.
Well, they have, and of course in this play, when they were coming after him, they put motion outside. The linebacker failed to cover McGee, and he caught the ball all alone for a touchdown, but he's a good one.
Great one might be Wheatley, Dick.
Oh, yeah. You know, we've seen him run the big ones. You know, the game plan, the draw trap, they have since stopped this play in the second quarter. But see, he has that track man speed, and he just broke up inside there like that. Only one safety to make the play. He couldn't make it the touchdown.
Dick, I want Bo to take the next one. Was this a touchdown for Washington?
Well, first of all, he should have been contained right here. You have to keep Bunnell inside. Now those secondary backs lose sight of where these guys are. And Corwin Brown misplayed the ball here. He caught the ball and fumbled it. And in my judgment, that was not a touchdown. But, of course, that's a prejudiced judgment. I know that.
And now, I'll tell you, folks, if Bo had been on the sideline, we'd have seen something.
No, hey, when I threw that, I was more sure of that play than I am whether that one was a touchdown or not.
And how about the last touchdown of the first half, Dick?
Well, again, they went to using the tight end here. Good corner pattern, good design in the pattern. They got the coverage they wanted. The safety played him too much inside, and here he goes. Lays it right out there. First touchdown in his career. Might as well be in the Rose Bowl.
I've got one final question for Dick Vermeil and Bo Schembechler. Which one of you wants the USC job?
What a smart aleck.
I told him I'm going to go as athletic director, and I'll hire him as coach.
But, folks, just to confirm that story that we reported at the top of the Rose Bowl, USC has now made it official. Larry Smith has resigned as head coach of the Trojans, and apparently it came just hours after the Trojans were upset by Fresno State down in the Freedom Bowl. And we'll continue from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena here on ABC in just a moment.
At Thrifty Car Rental, we know renting a car for business has its good points and its bad points, its ups and its downs. When you're shopping for a rental car, call Thrifty and rent a full-size four-door like the new Chrysler Concorde for just $36.95 a day. Because no matter how much money you make,
it is, after all, your money. That's why I always rent from Thrifty.
Expansive horizons, new vistas. These are
are what students discover at the University of Washington. The natural splendor of Seattle